Alright, happy Wednesday, everybody. It is April 24th, 2024, here at PreciseAlgorithmTrading.com. I'm going to try to make this efficient tonight and get through the major stuff. I got one thing to pop into that I probably haven't shared before, but we'll start here as we usually do with our automated trading system. And our Dow futures are walking sideways, and those are our trades for today. Nothing to write home about. The Russell is still pulling back. It's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stop outs in a row. And you could let that freak you out if you wanted to, but that's not the point of trading. We're still in an uptrend here. This is just pulling back to the same level it pulled back to before. And then the NASDAQ is trying to rise up out of this giant pullback that we've had recently. And today's trades were not exciting, but at the end of the day, we made a little bit of cash there. So that's good. All right, go over here to the markets, and I'm going to use the, instead of the futures, you can see the futures on the NASDAQ are down 200 points. And I want to call that out. And that's the, I'm going to call it the new thing I'm going to show you. It's not really that new, but so let's go to the S&P and see what that did today. It went up, and I'm going to focus on the hourly chart over here because it's green, and we got a bullish candle at the end of the day. And so there's really nothing to do for my position. I actually have spiders on right now. It's the SPY, and we can look at that. It's the same, but it's a tradable instrument for me. It's about a tenth the size of the SPX. So, and really the thing to do here is to sit on your hands until it gives you a reason. And in this case, it'll be on an hourly basis for me. I'm going to pull my stop up and get safe, but at the same time, as long as it stays green, it could actually break up through this cloud line here, and we could get up maybe probably as far as, first we got to take out that magenta dot to the upside, and then it's got to hit the overhead line, which should correlate pretty much with this one over here on the hourly, and could even get up to that one and still maintain this new downtrend that we're in. So all I'm saying is I want to squeeze every ounce out of that I can get, and so there's nothing to do right now. Now, with the NASDAQ being down 200 points right now, that could come into play in the morning, and if it does, then that's why I have my stop down here at 2 ATR for this position on the hourly at this point. So that's the S&P. The Dow, similar position. We've gotten up over the first line, and we're messing around with the magenta dots on the daily and this other moving average here that we're going to run into. So that's the Dow. So it went down 42 points today after a big rally yesterday. The Russell, I'm going to look at IWM. I am not long the Russell right now, although it's just as viable really as the S&P 500 and the Qs. It's too late, in my opinion, to get into that now because we've had this rally, and at some point it's just going to roll over from here. So it went up. It went down 0.45% today after yesterday's big rally. The Nasdaq went up. What would it go up? 16 points. So not very much. And Still bullish at the end of the day today. This earnings is what's going to kick it in the pants. So see what that looks like over here. Of course, I'm not showing aftermarket hours, and that's what I want to look at a little bit. But let's wrap up the markets before I get into individual stocks. The USO today, oil, still green. Still green on the hourly chart as well. Went down 0.43% today. Gold, still green, went sideways, down 0.19% today. Red over here on the hourly, we talked about that last night. Alright, something I wanted to look at is the FANG stocks. So Meta had earnings tonight. Aftermarket 424. So I'm going to flip this chart over here to a 15-minute chart, and I'm also going to turn on overnight. Show extended hours trading, and it'll highlight it. So Meta had earnings, and it's down hard. Closed the day at 493.50, and now it's at 418. So this guy's going to come all the way down into this neck of the woods from here. That's a giant gap down. So that's what's, I'm going to say that, and I even haven't looked at any farther ahead, but that in of itself is showing that 200 points to the downside on the NASDAQ. So let's look at AMD, which has earnings on the 30th. So a little bit of time to that one. Apple has earnings on the 2nd. Amazon has earnings on the 30th. Netflix had earnings a couple days ago. Actually gave some bounce to the market. Microsoft has earnings tomorrow, so that'll be, and that's aftermarket tomorrow. Google has earnings on the 25th as well. Nvidia I thought it had earnings too, but it doesn't appear to be. Intel has earnings tomorrow, the 25th. Tesla had earnings yesterday and looks like it popped to the good. So it looks like Meta is what's driving us down here tonight. So Facebook, we'll see if that like really holds the whole market down tomorrow. It very well could. Now this is all just overnight action, so it could easily, possibly come back up as well as far as the whole index goes. But being down 200 points, 1.14%, I think some of that's going to stick into tomorrow. It's just a matter of how much. By the way, if you go into this setting and you want to look at futures, you have to open it up too and look at it like that, and you can see that's the futures move overnight. $17,432. So yeah. Anyways, that's how that works. Wanted to show it to you. Let's flip over here and wrap this up with the bullish percent indexes. The industrials in a column of X's didn't move. NYA up 1.89%. The transports didn't move. The NASDAQ up 0.63%. The S&P 500 up 3.66%. The S&P 100 up 1.82%. And the NASDAQ 100 up 11.54%. Boy, that is very interesting considering the fact that the NASDAQ's down so hard right now. So, that's showing strength under, like where you can't see it, under the hood is what I usually call it. It's just kind of weird. Uh, by the way, we were going to look at this the other day too. We came out of this is the VIX, came out of the Bollinger Bands. And then we talked about it coming back in, and now you can see we're starting to bounce around a little bit with we had some negative volatility which propped up the market after we came out of the Bollinger Bands, and now it's a little bit of anybody's guess and how's this going to walk back to the mean. We're practically at the mean now. So I'll leave you with that for tonight. I hope you follow, and hopefully you get something out of this. So good luck, take care, and we'll talk to you later.